Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. I am going to be cash stuffing my second paycheck for the month of October, and I am not stuffing any side hustle money. It is strictly just for my regular job, so I just wanted to mention that since in my last video I did stuff a little bit more money. So we're just going to be stuffing $500 today, and that is not all that I get. I just don't stuff what I would put in for bills just for the sake of the fact that we are trying to get ahead of bills, and if I stuff them, I think I'm gonna kind of fall behind. So I just kind of stick to just stuffing my wallet, and then savings, and then sinking funds. First up, we're gonna go ahead and stuff my wallet, and I think I have some categories may have some money left over, and I was just kind of discuss what I would be doing with that money, or just kind of how I handle it. So personal got completely used this week, or these last 2 weeks, so I'm adding 50 in here. And I kind of debated back and forth what I wanted to do with like rollover money. Some people take out the rollover money and then put it towards savings. Some people keep it in there. So for eating out, I have actually $20, which in my opinion is like a pretty significant number, or a significant amount left over. So what I'm actually going to be doing is putting it to the side here. I'm going to just put it, it'll be off camera, but it's on my tray. And I think I'm going to allocate that money to like unexpected. So eating out, I'm going to be adding 40. And then gas, I'm going to be putting 80, 20, 40, 50, 60. So I was putting less in here, but then there's been weeks that I've been driving a little bit more. So I just thought it would be easier to just go ahead and put 80 in here. And then if I really don't need it, then I'll just do same situation, I'll roll over. So groceries, I will say, is probably the one category that I'm probably going to roll over, just because just with how things are right now, we can always use some extra money in groceries. So in this case, I am going to keep the $40 that I have in here, and I'll be adding 100, so 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. I will say groceries is probably one of those categories where if you have extra money, it is definitely a blessing. So taking advantage of that. And then toiletries and miscellaneous will also be ones that I'm gonna just roll over because I don't spend them as much. The first categories here, like personal, eating out, well actually I probably would even put gas. So I'm just gonna say my personal and eating out envelopes will be the ones that I if I don't use all the money, I'm going to be putting them in, just allocating that money elsewhere. Everything else is going to be staying the same. So for toiletries, I'm adding 10. So we'll have 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. Finally was able to get some ones in this envelope. So it'll be kind of rare that you see me stuff them, but usually like off camera when I'm doing my unstuffings, I am trying to figure out like change wise for these envelopes, and I got some money. So miscellaneous has 10, and I'm going to be adding 10, so I'll have 20. So for my wallet this week, we added $290. Moving on to sinking funds. We're starting with low priority, and we're going to be stuffing adventure, and we're going to be adding 10. So we have 20, 30, 40, and 50. Which is a good amount. I haven't touched this money at all. Haven't really had any kind of like plans that require me to spend anything. A lot of the things that me and my friends do, if we do go out, it's like usually eating out, but nothing that would kind of call for like adventure. So beauty, I'm adding 20, and this should, I think I should have more than enough for my hair appointment, and my hair appointment will be next week. So 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and 70. Yeah, I think that is like I think that's enough because I go to someone who like does the haircuts like from her house, so it's a little bit cheaper. So church is not getting any money, but I'm just fixing this bill. Currently has $10. And next is clothing. I bought some stuff from Old Navy and I used my Old Navy credit card, so I have to just review that. So some of this money this is probably not like an accurate balance for me. So I'll just get this adjusted off camera, but I think I'll have a little bit less. So I'm just adding 20, and I only added 20 with that, with knowing that I haven't been buying a lot of clothes recently. And again, this is something that I say in all my videos. Clothing is kind of like my focus right now because of my job. I'm trying to get more like business casual clothing. So that's kind of why there's always a bit of money. If it wasn't for that case, I really wouldn't be adding too much money in clothing. But clothing will now have 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, and 110. So like I said, I probably have less than this because I did buy some clothes from Old Navy recently, but I used my credit card from Old Navy, so I haven't had a chance to pay that off. Home will get 10, and it has 30. Haven't needed anything, but it's always good to have some money in there. And then self-care, I did add 10 as well, so we're gonna have 10, 20, 30, and 40. So I did my budget when I had like some spare time at work. So I usually keep whenever I do my budget at home, I'll have like my notebook here and then kind of go through each category and see how much it's in there, or kind of realize, okay, this like something related to clothing was coming up, or home, whatever, and I'll kind of budget that way. But I did not have my sinking funds binder with me at work because I think that'd be kind of weird to have this cash at work. But so now I'm realizing as I'm stuffing how much money is in each category, which very thankful that the amounts are adding up, like slowly but surely they are. But yeah, I just wanted to share that. Like sometimes I don't realize how much money I have in each category until I do my cash stuffings. So my birthday, I'm not going to be adding any more money, but I just kind of wanted to see how much money I had in here. So 20, 30, 40, 50. So 150 still. I think I unstuffed, I think I had like 170 before. So I've unstuffed for some stuff that I've purchased with this money, and I also have a gift card that I'm not going to put in here, but I just know that I have money in, like I have a good amount of money for my birthday. For Christmas, I'm not stuffing this anymore. I have 225 in the bank, which is in this, indicated by this little sticky note, but in cash I have $50, so I have 275 for Christmas. I think I talked about it in a previous video that we are just gonna be more intentional and more budget friendly with this Christmas. I think that's plenty. I don't really buy gifts for so many people and I don't have a big family, so I think that's gonna be enough. But I think in the past years, I think I've stuffed maybe like 500 in Christmas in the past, which I know that's probably like a more like, I don't want to say relatable number, but kind of is for most people. But just this year with getting a new job in August, like yeah, so that's what makes sense for me. I just switched out a 20 for a 10 because I'm running short on 10s. So Christmas, for gifts, I added 10, but just switched that over. So 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. I will have to unstuff some of this for my mom's birthday gift that I just recently bought. It was kind of going back and forth on what I wanted to get her, but I finally purchased that, so that total is a little bit less than it should be. And then medical, I'm adding 50. This is definitely the category that I want to add more money to, along with vehicle. I've had to get some new tires, and just, yeah, I just feel like that's something that I should be having more money in. And then just same thing with medical, if I need to go to the doctor, medicine, that kind of stuff. So 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, and 110. So 110 medical. And then vehicle, we are adding 30. And I actually thought I had way more money in the bank for this envelope, and I realized I don't. So that's not reflected here by sticky note just yet, but I was just kind of looking at my Ally account and I realized I didn't have maybe what I thought I had. That means I must have used it some point this year, and like I know I used it, but I didn't really like kind of consolidate everything and make sure that I knew what was in each category. So yeah, if you need to kind of check your Ally account or your savings, make sure you do that. Make sure that you know how much you should be having in each category. Don't think that you have more than you actually do, like I did. So that's part of the reason why I'm trying to bulk up this envelope. So 20, 40, 50, 60, 70 in vehicle. And unexpected isn't getting any money from my paycheck, but it is getting the $20 that I mentioned from eating out. So we'll have 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100. So that's pretty good. And I think unexpected, I'm having a party this weekend for my birthday. That kind of was unexpected. I kind of thought last minute to do something for my birthday, and I'm doing it like later than when my birthday was. So I think I'm going to use some of that money. And I'm trying to, again, everything is recently has been very much like with a budget in mind, and having some friends help me out with that, along with also just being strategic about what I'm offering. Like I would love to be able to offer probably like a whole dinner, but can't really do that. So we are just kind of doing things a little bit different, a little bit more on the budget side in terms of like what refreshments I'm offering, you know what I mean? So still something nice and still something where people can enjoy it, but just more on the budget side. So savings, we are adding $50. And I think savings is probably the one envelope that I probably can bring this stuff to the bank and put some placeholders. I just haven't made placeholders that I like that would kind of match my very minimal very minimal like setup. So I need to kind of just like make something and just print it out. But anyway, so we're gonna have 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 2, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 300, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So we have 350 in savings, which is pretty good. So yeah, but that's gonna go ahead and complete today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure that you guys like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.